Hello, Foundation Stage. This is a cat called Scratch. Scratch, the cat, had a terrible itch. A flea in his fur was making him twitch. He scratched himself here and scritched himself there. He squitched upside down and scratched in midair. He whirled his paws madly and span like a top, fell head over heels and then rolled to a stop. "Ha ha!" said a voice, all tiny and teasy. "To get rid of me won't be nearly that easy." "Oh, really?" said Scratch. "You bothersome bug. When I've finished with you, you won't sound so smug." He went to the cupboard, opened the door, and dragged out the Hoover onto the floor. He plugged in the plug and flicked on the switch and said, "Time to go, you torturous itch." He hoovered his tummy, his ears, and his nose, and each of his legs right down to his toes. But catastrophe struck. His tail was sucked in, and the Hoover blew up with a deafening din. Scratch opened his eyes. He was stuck to the rafters, but still he could hear that pesky flea's laughter. "Ha ha!" said a voice, all tiny and teasy. "To get rid of me won't be nearly that easy." "You nigglesome nit! You mischievous mite! I'm mad now," said Scratch, "and ready to fight." He ran down the road to a friendly hairdresser who wore a pink gown and was called Trendy Tessa. "I need you," said Scratch, "to keep this hush hush. A flea's in my fur, and I'd like a good brush." Tess groomed him all over with brushes and combs, curled him and clipped him and sprayed him with foam. But when it was done, the poor cat looked a fright. And can you believe it? He felt something bite. "Ha ha!" said a voice, all tiny and teasy. "To get rid of me won't be nearly that easy." "Lousiest louse, pernickety pest! It's time I put you to the ultimate test." Scratch dashed to the car wash and paid 50p to the cheerful attendant drinking his tea. He dived right inside the largest of washers with rollers and soapers and powerful sploshers. Scrub-a-dub-dub it went, dub-a-scrub-scrub, and rolled him around like a sock in a tub. Ooh. But he swallowed some water, which made him feel groggy, and he had to get out, the poor waterlogged moggy. "Ha ha!" said a voice, all tiny and teasy. "To get rid of me won't be nearly that easy." "Oh no!" wailed the cat, feeling awfully poorly. "It looks like I'm stuck with this creepiest crawly." But just then he heard shouts and a hullabaloo. A rather large lion had escaped from the zoo. The lion gave Scratch a big, friendly smile and asked for a place he might hide for a while. Before Scratch could answer, he heard a small pop. His flea had moved on with a jump and a hop. "Goodbye, Scratch!" it shouted and waved a small hanky. "You're a fright, you're a mess. You're matted and manky. You're frizzled and frazzled and far too run down. So I'm trading you in for the top cat in town." But the lion was quick. With a pat of his paw, the flea was flicked and trapped under his claw. "Grrr," said the lion. "That flea made a bungle. He shouldn't have messed with the king of the jungle." "Ah, thank you," said Scratch, "for sorting that flea. Would you like to come home and stay with me?" He said to the lion, "My home is now yours." Then they fixed up a sign before going indoors. Beware of the lion. They fell fast asleep with their tails gently curled, the happiest cats in the whole of the world.